Alright, welcome back everybody. So after we got our 4 little legs done, we're going to go ahead and move on to the body. So the body part is just right here, the butt, body area, it's all one. So one big circle pretty much. So we don't need white for this, we're just going to use the green or whatever color that you pick. I chose the dark green. We're going to start with a slip knot. And we're going to go ahead and chain 2, and in this second stitch, this first one on the left, second to the right, we're going to go ahead and put 6 single crochet into that stitch. Okay, then we have our little loop here. We're going to use our stitch marker, or if you're good at counting, I am not. So, and then for the next row, so row 2 or round 2, oh wait, hold on, I'm going to grab some more yarn out here. For round 2, we're going to go ahead and increase all the way around. So 2 stitches in each one. So we're not going to start using this one. We're using this one right here. So if we go count all the way around, this is just the connecting one. We're going to start here. And we're going to just do an increase all the way. So then when you're done, you should have 12 stitches all the way around. And take our stitch marker out to the last 2 stitches. Alright, so round 2, that's what it should look like. And I'm going to go ahead and put our stitch marker back in. So round 3, we're going to go ahead and do 1 and 1. So be 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, all the way around. So 1 single crochet, and then this next stitch, we're going to do an increase. And then 1 single crochet, and an increase. And 1 single crochet, and an increase. And we're just going to do that all the way around. And you can kind of see, if you lose count, you can see there's 2 stitches here, 1 stitch there, 1 stitch there, 2 stitches there. Oh, I need some more yarn. I have a yarn spool somewhere but I don't know where it's at, so I'll just kind of take a bunch out. And then you should land on an increase. Alright, so this is what it should look like by the end of row 3. So for the next row, row 4, we're going to do 2 single crochet increase. So we're just adding 6 each time. So now we should have 18 stitches. Next we should put 24 stitches in, because we're going to increase. We're increasing by 6 each time. So we're going to do 2 stitches of single crochet. And then that third stitch we're going to increase. Okay, and then put our stitch marker back in. So this is what it should look like at the end of row 4. So row 5, we're going to do, since we did 1, we did 2, now we're going to do 3. So 3 single crochet increase. So 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to increase. And 1, 2, 3, and we're going to increase. 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to increase. And I got to put more yarn out. If I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video, skip ahead, stuff like that. I know some people crochet extremely fast. I crochet like slow to moderate. Sometimes I can get really fast, but other times it's pretty much meh. I'll get there when I get there, I feel like. Alright, so we're going to do 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to increase. And 1, 2, 3. We're going to move our stitch marker for the last one of an increase. Okay, put our stitch marker back in. And this is what it should look like. It's okay if it looks pointy, you know what I mean? We can kind of stretch it out a little bit. It should have a nice little curvature, though, to it. Alright, so for the next 3 rounds, we're going to go ahead and just do a single crochet all the way around. Alright, so alright, so that's 1 round. We're going to do 2 more. Like I said, this is going to be single crochet all the way around for the next 3 rounds. Right now I'm on the second of those 3 rounds. end of the second round. We're going on to the third now. This is what it looks like so far. Alright, continue my single crochet for the third round. And some more green yarn out here. Yeah, like I said, I don't know where happened to my little spool is, and it usually just kind of unwinds for me, but that's okay. Oh, fuzzy. Alrighty. Okay, so those 3 rounds of single crochet for that middle section I have done so far. So this is what it should look like. Oh, here's the tail, I could throw that in there. Alright, so for the next round, this is which round are we on? You can kind of count them up too. Let's see. We have our base, then we have the increase, and I have 1, 2, and our third, and then 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. We had our third, our second, first, increase in that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is going to be round 9. Alright, so we're going to do 3 single crochet and a decrease. When I do my decrease, you can do any type of decrease. There's many different ways to do decreases. I do the invisible decrease, but you can feel free to do it however you wish. So I'll show you the way that I do it though. So it'll be 1, here's 2, and 3. Alright, so for the decrease, it'll be if you're looking at these next 2 stitches. I'm sorry, this yarn is actually kind of dark, but we're going to go the first loop of the next 2 stitches, just the first loop on there. And then you're going to grab the yarn and you're going to pull through both loops, and then you're going to grab the yarn and pull through again. So I'll show you again. So we're going to do our 1, 2, and 3. So for the decrease, we're going to do the first loop of the next 2 stitches. So you should have 3 on your hook. Then we're going to grab the yarn, pull under those 2 stitches, and then grab the yarn again and pull through. So that's going to be our decrease. So 1, 2, and 3, and then decrease, first loop of the next 2 stitches, grab the yarn, pull through both those loops, grab the yarn and pull through both of those loops. So 1, 2, and 3, and the decrease, first 2 loops, grab the yarn, go through 2 loops, grab the yarn and go through 2 loops. And 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to end on a decrease. So we'll take this clip out and do our last decrease. 2 loops, grab, pull through 2 loops, grab 2 loops. Okay. There we go. So then this is going to be what it should look like at the end of that round. So I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker back in. And then we'll go ahead and do the next round. So the next round we're going to do 2 single crochet, decrease, 2 single crochet, decrease all the way around. So 1, 2, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, decrease. And 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and decrease. And 1 and 2 and decrease. And 1 and 2 decrease. Alright, take my stitch marker out because we're ending on a decrease. Okay, so there we go. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and stuff our piece. We don't have to stuff it all the way, but we want to stuff it enough because this hole is getting pretty small, and we don't want to get it too small that we won't be able to stuff. Alright, so I got my polyfill here, and before I put it in, I like to rip it up a little bit, just so then it's not all because you can see right in some of these it's kind of squished down. We want to rip all that up so it's more fluffy. So I'm just going to rip a bunch of this up before I stuff it. And we want to just stuff generously. Not an overboard, but you want to make sure it's enough. And I usually just take the hook, pull out a little bit so there's a nice little tail, so we don't have to worry about it, our stitches coming out. So we'll just stuff all that in there. And then you can kind of see it starting to form. Nice little ball going. And I'll probably add a little bit more. And then right before we close up, we can add more. But I just want to make sure the general base part is pretty good. Then as we do the next round, it might be a little bit more tricky just because there's stuffing, but we just have to go a little bit slower. So we're going to take our hook, bring that back. Okay, so we did 2 single crochet, decrease. Now we're going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet, decrease. So let's see here. So we're going to go ahead, oh, that one's right there. So 1 single crochet. And I usually take this finger and kind of squish down the yarn a little bit, just so that I'm not grabbing the stuffing. Because sometimes if you grab the stuffing, then it kind of gets everywhere. Yep, just 1 single crochet, decrease all the way around. And then we're going to end on that decrease. Which makes sense because we had increases, ended on increases going all the way starting, so we're ending on decreases on the way back. Alright, so this is what we should have so far. Alright, so this last little bit, we're going to do decreases all the way around, just like we did the increases. Now we're going to do, a round of decreases. Which makes sense because we had increases, ended on increases going all the way starting, so we're ending on decreases on the way back. Alright, so this is what we should have so far. Alright, so this last little bit, we're going to do decreases all the way around, just like we did the increases. Now we're going to do a round of decreases. And this part might be a little bit tricky because we are getting a little bit smaller. So this part I just try to go extra slow to make sure I grab the right loops on here. I apologize that this yarn is kind of dark. I didn't realize that at first. Next time I'll have to do a lighter yarn. Okay, and then we're going to end on that decrease. Okay, so this is what we should end with. So, alright, we should probably leave about 6-ish inches for the yarn tail. And then we're just going to pull this through. We'll have a little bit of a hole right there. We're going to go ahead and grab our yarn needle. And we're going to pretty much just thread that through all the way around the top loop. All the way around. And then we're going to pull it tight. And then go through the center and back out. And then just kind of hide this yarn, kind of go through, shape it a little bit, squish it around, and kind of go back and forth. And then we're just going to take the back and stuff the end in. And there we go. We have our body. You can use either the top or the bottom. When we go ahead and do assembly, it doesn't matter because they're both the same. But there we go. I'll see you guys in the next part.